Hi. How's it going? I'm just sitting here thinking about the Three Little Pigs, and some of you may have seen the last one that we read. Uh, this one, classic, Three Little Pigs, the original, and it's a great story. So I was sharing this book because one, I love it, and two, because it inspired me to work on this book, which is a story that I am just making on my own. It's in the process of becoming a full completed book, but right now, as you can see, there's just a couple drawings in it, a couple illustrations, and a lot of blank pages. And no words yet, except for the title page and my name, Adam. And that's it. So I still have a lot of work to do on it. I'm looking very forward to it. It's just some simple pieces of paper, all stapled together, folded in half, stapled, and now it's a book. So, anyway, we read The Three Little Pigs, but I wanted to see if you also know that there are other books like The Three Little Pigs that are inspired by The Three Little Pigs. Inspired means this book has given other people ideas to do their own books like The Three Little Pigs, but different. So they're similar, which means they're very much alike, but they're also somewhat different. And one of those books that was inspired by The Three Little Pigs is called The Three Little Wolves and the Big Bad Pig. Yeah, The Three Little Wolves and the Big Bad Pig. Now, this is very different from the story that I learned, which is The Three Little Pigs and the Big Bad Wolf. And I'm very curious as to how The Three Little Wolves and the Big Bad Pig is different. So, let's see. First, let's talk about the two people who created this book, which are Eugene Trivizas. Not sure if that's exactly how to say it, but Eugene Trivizas and Helen Oxenbury. So perhaps they're both the authors, so maybe they both worked on the words together, and perhaps they're both the illustrators, meaning that they both worked on the pictures together. I'm not sure. But whatever they did, they used teamwork to create this book. So let's see what they created. All right. Once upon a time, there were three cuddly little wolves with soft fur and fluffy tails who lived with their mother. The first was black, the second was gray, and the third wolf was white. One day, the mother called the three little wolves around her and said, "My children, it is time for you to go out into the world. Go and build a house for yourselves. But be aware of the big bad pig." "Don't worry, Mother. We will watch out for him," said the three little wolves. And they set off. Soon they met a kangaroo who was pushing a wheelbarrow full of red and yellow bricks. "Please, will you give us some of your bricks?" asked the three little wolves. "Certainly," said the kangaroo, and she gave them lots of red and yellow bricks. So the three little wolves built themselves a house of bricks. Wow. Nice. See, they're also using teamwork here. They're all working together to build the house. The very next day, the big bad pig came prowling down the road and saw the house of bricks that the little wolves had built. The three little wolves were playing croquet in the garden when they saw the big bad pig coming. They ran inside and they locked the door. This is croquet. See, they're using the mallet to hit the balls. They're going through these little wire arches. And yeah, the goal is you hit them to this stick. And then when your ball hits that stick at the end, that means you're done. The first one to get all the way through wins. That's croquet. Oh, and you see the pig? Here's the pig hiding back here. Well, the big pig knocked on the door and grunted, little wolves, let me in." "No, no, no," said the three little wolves. "By the hair on our chins, we will not let you in, not for all the tea leaves in our china teapot." "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down," said the pig. And so he huffed, and he puffed, and he huffed, but the house didn't fall down. I wonder how the pig feels about that. Well, the big bad pig wasn't called big and bad for nothing. And he went and fetched his sledgehammer, and he knocked the house down. Oh my goodness. The three little pigs just managed to escape before the bricks crumbled, and they were very, very frightened indeed. Oh, that would be frightening, right? If you're frightened, that's another word for scared. Yes, and I think that would be very scary. A scary big pig, right? "We shall have to build a stronger house," the wolves said. And just then they saw a beaver who was mixing concrete in a concrete mixer. That's this machine up here. "Please, will you give us some of your concrete?" asked the three little wolves. "Certainly," said the beaver, and he gave them buckets and buckets full of messy, slurry concrete. Ooh, yeah, concrete. Concrete should be nice and strong. So the three little wolves built themselves a house of concrete. That's right. Concrete is cement. When you walk out on the sidewalks are made of concrete, right? Very hard, very strong. Yeah, driveways are often made of concrete. Yeah, a lot of buildings. Concrete is a very strong material. So this seems like a very good idea, building this big concrete house. Well, no sooner had they finished than the big bad pig came prowling down the road and saw the house of concrete that the little wolves had built. They were playing battledore and shuttlecock in the garden, and when they saw the big bad pig coming, they ran inside their house and they shut the door. The pig rang the bell and said, "Little frightened wolves, let me in." "No, no, no," said the three little wolves. "By the hair of our chins, we will not let you in. Not for all the tea leaves in our china teapot." "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down," said the pig. So he huffed, and he puffed, and he huffed. You think the house fell? Nope. You're right. The house did not fall. But the pig was not called big and bad for nothing. He went and fetched his pneumatic drill, and smashed the house down. A pneumatic drill is another word for jackhammer. If you've heard of a jackhammer, that is a pneumatic drill. And they can break concrete. So even though this house was so strong, the pig still had a way to get inside. This is a smart pig. Well, the three little wolves managed to escape, but their chins were trembling. "We shall build an even stronger house," they said, because they were very determined. Just then they saw a truck coming along the road carrying barbed wire, iron bars, armor plates, and heavy metal padlocks. Please, will you give us some of your barbed wire, a few iron bars, and armor plates, and some heavy metal padlocks, they said to the rhinoceros who was driving the truck. Sure, said the rhinoceros, and he gave them plenty of barbed wire, iron bars, armor plates, and heavy metal padlocks. Wow, that is a nice rhinoceros. He also gave them some plexiglass and some reinforced steel chains because he was a generous and kind-hearted rhinoceros. Definitely. So, the three little wolves built themselves a house, an extremely strong house, and it was the strongest, securest house one could possibly imagine. And they felt absolutely safe in there. Right? So here you have the barbed wire and the armor plates going up on the building here. These are the chains. Wow, you see the bars on the windows. Holy moly, this is a strong house. I'm very curious to see what the pig is going to think of this. So, the next day, the big bad pig came prowling along the road as usual. The three little wolves were playing hopscotch in the garden, and when they saw the big bad pig coming, they ran inside their house, bolted the door, and locked all the 37 padlocks. The pig dialed the video entrance phone and said, "Little frightened wolves with the trembling chins, let me come in." "No, no, no," said the little wolves. "By the hair on our chinny chin chins, we will not let you in. Not for all the tea leaves in our china teapot." "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down," said the pig. So he huffed, and he puffed, and he huffed, but the house didn't fall down. But the pig wasn't called big and bad for nothing. He brought some dynamite, laid it against the house, lit the fuse, and, oh my goodness, here is the dynamite. Dynamite is used to blow things up. This is a very strong house. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen. You think the dynamite will blow up the house? You think the house will stay strong and protect the wolves, or do you think it's going to blow up? That's a good question. The house blew up. Boom! The three little wolves just managed to escape with their fluffy tails scorched. Oh, there they go. With their tails scorched, that means their tails got burned just a little bit on the end. Wow, so the house came down. It blew up the house. Well, the pigs thought, something must be wrong with our building materials. We have to try something different. But what? At that moment, they saw a flamingo coming along, pushing a wheelbarrow full of flowers. Please, will you give us some flowers? Asked the little wolves. With pleasure, said the flamingo, and he gave them lots of flowers. So the three little wolves built themselves a house of flowers. A house of flowers. Look at this. Yeah, look at all these flowers. I see pink flowers here, more pink ones, maybe some orange ones back here, and some yellow ones up here. A house of flowers. I had not thought of that. That is a very interesting idea. One wall was of marigolds, one of daffodils, one of pink roses, and one of cherry blossoms. There are 4 different kinds of flowers. The ceiling was made of sunflowers, and the floor was a carpet of daisies. They had water lilies in the bathtub and buttercups in their refrigerator. And it was a rather fragile house, meaning not very strong. And it swayed in the wind, but it was very beautiful. Next day, the big bad wolf came prowling down the road and saw the house of flowers that the 3 little wolves had built. He rang the bluebell at the door and said, "Little frightened wolves, with your trembling chins and scorched tails, let me come in." "No, no, no," said the 3 little wolves. "By the hair on our chinny chin chins, we will not let you in. Not for all the tea leaves in our china teapot." "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down," said the pig. They look pretty scared here. But as the big bad pig took a deep breath, ready to huff and puff, he smelled the soft scent of flowers. It was fantastic. And because the scent was so lovely, the huffing and puff, and because the scent was so lovely, the pig took another breath and then another. And instead of huffing and puffing, he began to sniff. So he began to smell the flowers. He sniffed deeper and deeper until he was quite filled with the fragrant scent. His heart grew tender, and he realized how horrible he had been. Right then, he decided to become a big, good pig. Oh, so he wanted to be a big, good pig instead of a big, bad pig. He started to sing and dance the tarantella, which I believe is this dance right here. Because I'm unfamiliar with that dance, but I might want to learn it. Look how much fun the pig is having. At first, the 3 little wolves were a bit worried. It might be a trick. But soon they realized that the pig had truly changed. So they came running out of the house. And they started playing games with him. First they played pig pog and then piggy in the middle. And when they were all tired, they invited him into the house. They offered him tea and strawberries and wolfberries and asked him to stay with them as long as he wanted. The pig accepted, and they all lived happily together ever after. The end. What'd you think, friends? Did you like that story? A very interesting take on the classic 3 Little Pigs. Very good story. With a surprise twist at the end. Did you ever think that the 3 little wolves would make a house of flowers, and that after building a house of bricks, after building a house of concrete, after building a house of armor and metal, those didn't protect the 3 little wolves, did they? But then it was a house of flowers. The 4th house they made, a house of flowers, is what did the trick. And then, what happened? The big bad pig decided to become a good big pig. A big good pig. And they all ended up being friends. I like it. So, I hope you enjoyed the story. Remember, I'm doing my own story inspired by the 3 Little Pigs. You may also do one. I would love to see it. And I hope you have a great day. I hope that you enjoyed the story. And That's it. Happy reading, happy writing, happy illustrating, happy authoring. And until next time, have a great day. We will see you very soon. Bye.